Hi guys, welcome back to the shop. Hey, today we're going to get back on the Yamaha GT80 GT1. We're going to attempt to get the engine back in the frame, get all the cables, oil in it, all that stuff, and maybe even see if it'll pop. We'll just see how it goes and where it goes. But that's my plan. So let's get up to the bench, get it off of the stand, and then we'll bring it down here and put it in. Okay, one thing I really like about this is I don't have to try to keep all this from falling while I do that. I can just loosen this right back here, and I can pull the whole thing out and then get it over the bench. That's a lot safer. I had a couple people tell me that these things are more expensive than what I said they were, and I looked it up and I couldn't believe it. I mean, they have always been proud of them, but it's much worse now. I kind of think the little red one that you can get, if you're looking on eBay or something like that, they show the red one too, and you know, it's probably honestly about the same thing for a lot less money. I wouldn't pay $500 for this, or even $400 for that matter. It's just not that good a deal. And if you're good in the shop fabricating stuff, you can probably make one. You know, that just goes in there and then locks. The thing is it's so adjustable. You know, Ford put these out. The OTC is a subsidiary, or at one time was a subsidiary of Ford, and it put those out to build rear ends, build transmissions, that sort of thing. They'll take a lot of weight. But anyhow, let's get this engine put in. It seemed to me like I had to pull the plug out. Maybe I don't. I didn't. I don't think I had the gas tank off before. Okay, I think I've got everything kind of clear. Looks like we'll be all right. See if I can get this front bolt in. There we go. This one's kind of tough to get to back there, but we got her. Your oil pump cable down in here. I left this about where it was, so I will reset it right there, and if we need to adjust it, we'll do that. Okay, It's back in there. I know we'll have to do something with it though. Let's see, we can just kind of get that down underneath where the tank goes in and grab both of those right there, I think. Wait a minute, maybe we can grab this one too. I think we can. Let's see about hooking those up. All right, we got a green. And a yellow. Green with a red tracer. And black. All right, so pull this one on up here. And hopefully we won't have to go into this, but it wouldn't surprise me. Okay, slides all the way down. See if we can get that back on there. Probably going to have to, oh no, the air cleaner will go in from the other side, and I think it'll slide on there okay. We may have to move something, you never know. Try to get something here to kind of hold this bundle of wires up to. Another zip tie, probably. Okay, I think I've got it in there the way it needs to go. That big old air cleaner in there. See, this goes in here, and I need a, see right here, and I've got this to put in there. So that's, I don't know, I'm gonna have to go look and see if there's a rubber grommet or bushing or something that goes there. Okay, yeah, it's got a little rubber grommet there. I found this, I think it's a faucet washer, and it really, I think I'm gonna have to enlarge that hole just a little bit. But I found that, it looks like that if we have something around the back and then something over the remainder of it. So I've got a piece of hose here. So let me see if I can get a bigger hole in this thing. Okay, so I think I want this hose to go down to the bottom, so I'm going to enlarge that to about 3/8. That way when that's enlarged, I think it'll go down over it there. The tank itself will keep that on. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And this I think will be big enough when it goes over the pin. So let's go try that. Okay, so I want that to go over that, and then this will go into the hole. And I think when it goes over the pin, let's see if it'll go on this way. Okay, and then slide that piece up over it. Yeah, I think so. And then we should be able to just cut that off. Now, this should go over that. Okay. Okay, I think if you look right there, you can see that fits right in there. I think that, see the flange that's built onto that is going to hold that in. So I think that's going to work just fine. You know, it's just pulled up this way, and then we tighten this bolt back here, and then that can't go anywhere. I was afraid that it would sit there and rattle against there until it cracked either the air cleaner or the tank, one or the other. I believe that'll work. So at that point, we can just go ahead and tighten this down back here. Everything should work. And we get our little breather in there like that. I think so how that goes. We do have a battery. I'm sure it's going to need to be charged, but we'll put it in there. If nothing else, it'll prevent us from blowing light bulbs. Let's see the best way to do this. I think it's got to be this way maybe. Okay, I think we're good there. And get our clamp back on our hose up here. Well, those are kind of hard to get over those. There, maybe. Yeah, there we go. All right. Get her chain back on there. Oops. Looks like this has got to be kind of fished in back here behind, and we've got do have a bolt under the seat. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get the bolt under the seat first before I tighten it up. 8mm back here. And we'll just go ahead and tighten this up. I've got my Williams spanner here. It's a 471, 3/4 to 2-inch size. Usually works good on these because you can just kind of grab it there, just a cog at a time, and bring that around. He had some big hose clamps here that weren't really doing much. I've got another couple of them here I think will do a better job. Now let's see. It's really hard to find clamps locally for these. Are kind of an odd size. In this case, these are 8mm. There, I think that'll do a lot better job. If you do a lot of this stuff, you might want to get you a kit. I just got this off of Amazon. It's got, these are 7mm, 8mm, the ones you use the most, and these are actually a better clamp than these gold ones. But this thing's like $10 or something, so it's worth it. Okay, I'm going to get a little oil in it here now. It's calling for 500 cc's. So we've got it right here. Get her in there. Okay, we're going to do the preliminary check here, just to make sure we've got plenty of stroke to start with. Once the engine is running, idling at the proper RPM, we'll adjust all the throttle cables, and then we'll get into the full adjustment of the pump. But right now, all we need to do is check to see if we can get let's see, 0.15mm or 6/1000 right here at the widest point. Let me get you up close here. Okay, that gap is between right here, the pulley, and the plate. That's right in here. And what we do is we turn the little pulley back here. It actually has arrows on it, and they go this way. You turn that until the gap here is at its widest point, just by eye. So you can see it pop out there. Okay. At that point, we want to make sure we've got that 6/1000. It will allow that to go in there, and it does. So at this point, we're good. We've got to get the engine running and idling properly, then we can finish the adjustment. All right, let's put a little fuel in it. Got a little premix here. Okay, we'll see. Make sure we don't have anything leaking here. Okay, I think I'll probably have to go to reserve. And we'll see if we have any leaks at the carburetor. Not seeing anything. Let's check and see what we've got as far as spark goes. All right, I'll drop the light there. Turn our switch on. All right, let's try it again. I've got it. Not sure you can see it. Okay, I think you got it now. Okay, let's bleed this, make sure we get all air out of the system. There's some air. Yeah, quite a bit of air in there. Okay, looks like might be it. Okay, let's see what we got. That's definitely off. Okay, we've got fuel that way, and we've got fuel that way. Okay, guys, let's. We've got fuel, we've got spark. So let's. We'll get the switch on. Let's see if we can get this thing to fire. I can't find the choke there. All right. Well, something. I'm getting smoke all the time. Yeah, I can't find that choke lever over there. Too small, I guess. Another little hit. Well, what are we not doing here? I remember that switch was something different about it. Well, we had fire. We've got fuel. Let's pull the plug. It just seems like it'll hit on choke. Then you take the choke off, and then it will hit without the choke, but then it won't continue. We're definitely got fuel. It's wet. Let me grab a new plug. Okay, we got this nice fresh B7HS. Can hardly get my hand in there. All right, let's go over and kick it again. Well, there's something wrong there. We got fuel. I think we've got spark. I mean, we do have it, or did have it. Let me pull this plug again. It's wet, so we've got fuel. Let me get that back around the other side and get you over there. Okay. Well, that starts out with a good fat spark, but it doesn't keep doing that. Let me see if I can get you a little closer here. Okay, let's get you up close here. It seems like, see, that's a good fat spark. But as we continue, we lose that and we start getting kind of a red spark and very erratic. Otherwise, it's bouncing all over. I don't like the way this it's probably just because it just doesn't have a weather guard on it, but I don't know. That's when the first couple of times you get a good fat bright spark, and then it kind of just goes to very erratic behavior. I don't know, that kind of sounds like a coil problem or something. So let's get this tank off here, see what we can find. You know, it may be this switch up here. If you remember, when we first got this and we're trying to mess with it, we couldn't get a spark on the first switch position, but we could get it on the second one. Okay, well, that doesn't look like a Yamaha coil to me. And this looks suspect here. This is going up, I think it's going up to the coil. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But look at that. That doesn't look too good. Looks kind of loose. Yeah. See, this kind of stuff bothers me when I start seeing yeah, this is not original. That's not an original Yamaha coil, which isn't necessarily bad. This thing, I mean, it's crimped tight, but it just seems loose. You see it there? You know, I've got some coils. Let's go dig around and see what we can find. Okay, I got a box of them here. The CDI coils, I believe, say 6120. Yeah, see, well, it's got CDI on it, but the CM61-20 We just want a regular one. Okay, maybe this one. This F6T 4001. 401, I think that's a MX coil, early one. Okay, well, we're going to need a, that's a CDI. That's CDI. CDI. That's another one of these. Just going to have to put an end on it. Okay, let's cut a little bit of the end off on this thing. Get us some good wire. Just get it functional here, and so we can check. Okay. Okay, so let's get this plugged in here. And get our plug back in. Yeah, maybe I ought to look at that before I... Yeah, let's take a peek at it before we put it back in there so we can maybe kind of compare things. So we'll just... That fits tighter. Let's see, I've got to ground that. Let's see, we'll just put a jumper on here. And ground it up here where this frame ground is, maybe. Okay. I need to get this. That thing shouldn't be a problem down there. I'm just going to get another jumper and ground that spark plug because it's kind of being a pill. Didn't want it to stay put, so we'll just kind of ground it down here and go up here where we grounded the coil. And let's see here. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, that's nice. You see how it stays fatter. Okay, let me get that extra ground off. And now we'll get our plug back in. Let's see here. Just lay it there. See if the darn thing will run. Okay. Let's see here what it'll do now. Probably won't run very long. Okay, that's different. Yeah, it's just a difference in that it seemed like the spark got worse the more you kicked it over. Like perhaps the coil's getting hot. That sure made a difference. Okay, I'm gonna run out of gas. Go ahead and turn that off, switch back over to the gas tank. I think we're out of gas. See what we got in here. Yeah, I don't think that's Yamaha. Looks like an aftermarket replacement. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and change this connector here on the end. Let's just see if it's just a bad connector or what. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and solder that too. And we'll just stick it back in there and see what it does now. Okay, let's see if it'll fire off now. I just don't think it likes that coil. I just cannot find that. No, it doesn't like the coil. So I guess we'll put the other one on. Okay, got the Yamaha coil up there. And we'll see if that thing's gonna, see if it's gonna fire off now. Should be able to tell with Yep. Okay, so I think that's the problem. So I'll go ahead and get the tank and everything back on, and then we can proceed on. Well, I think it's that's kind of got it fixed. The engine sounds nice and tight. Let me grab the camera and we'll go around and take a look at it. I don't have I thought I had a exhaust pipe seal, but I don't. The one I had's for a while one, and it's too thick. So he'll probably need to get one, or I'll pick one up for him. I see the sparking on the points in there. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's not as bad as some of them, but it's sparking quite a bit, so it probably needs a condenser. Not smoking quite as bad, but it's still, we still need to adjust the oil pump, or at least go through the motions there to see if it's doing okay. But it's, I'm back to regular fuel without premix, so it's getting plenty of oil. So I've got a feeling maybe it's oiling a little too much, which is not bad for you know, right after a procedure like we did, rebuilding the crank and the, you know, the whole engine basically. Running pretty nice, really. Yeah, just leaking a little around that exhaust. It's hard to believe that coil will do that, but it was just kind of a fluke that I saw that the fire was getting kind of red color after you kicked it a while. Holding the transmitter down here close to the engine so you can kind of hear it. I'm not hearing any ringy-dingy or knocky-knocky or anything like that. We definitely got oil. Got my fan running, trying to get rid of some of the smoke. All right. Okay guys, there you have it. I think that's about as far as I can go. This video is getting pretty long. I really didn't count on the coil issue. I really think we probably need a condenser. I think it looks like he's got a new point set on there. So I'll get a hold of him and see if we need to pick up a condenser just so we can get it all running tip-top for him. We'll come back in another video and finish up the adjustment. We'll probably just kind of cover that from square one. So people that need to know how to do the whole thing, we'll just cover that. But I think it's running pretty good. You know, the weather actually today isn't too bad. It's probably in the 40s. I probably could have took it out for a little spin, but you know, I can't count on that this time of year around here. But it's been mild winter so far. But you know, that was really weird on that coil, and I don't know whether it's you could see what I was seeing on the you know, on the video or not. I'll have to look and see when I go in and edit the thing. But you know, it just at the first couple of pushes on the starter, the spark was nice and fat and white, and the more I cycled it through, the more it kind of started going erratic around the spark plug, and it went from white or blue to red and orange, or yellow maybe. You know, it just didn't look right, and it was thin. It wasn't a nice fat one like it started out. So that kind of got me thinking, and then as soon as I pulled the tank off and saw that aftermarket coil, I thought, well, there's something going on here. I have not had good luck with aftermarket coils. I just anytime I see them on eBay or out at the salvage yard, I pick them up. I pick the OEM ones up. The Suzuki ones are really great to have because you can actually go in there, you know, when the wire gets so it's got a crack around where it goes in the coil. You can actually, I've done a couple videos on those where you can go in and replace that wire, because you just pull the pucky out of there and then pull the whole damn wire out, and then you can put a new wire in and re-pucky it. So those are really good to have, because you just don't want to use aftermarket stuff if, you know, well, I just would rather not use aftermarket at all. But that's, on these old bikes, that's where we're down to. You've got to be able to use them. But for some reason, I've just never had any luck with the coils. And it's kind of like this every time. You put one on thinking, man, I've replaced it, it's going to be good, and it's a dud. So I just beware if you're using one and you start having problems. Just try to find you a good used coil somewhere, an OEM one. But anyhow, it's running pretty good. I think I've got the carburetor adjusted so that it looks like it's sounds like it's running pretty good. I didn't do anything really with the points. They looked right. I checked them with a gauge, and they look okay. But I think probably it didn't look like a new condenser, and it probably needs one. You know, if you replace the points on one, if they look bad, the condenser's bad too. And actually, it probably went bad way before the points did. So always replace those as a pair if you can. But there again, they're getting hard to find. You know, that condenser doesn't have to be there. You can mount it up underneath the gas tank, run a wire down there, whatever. You know, there's a lot of ways you can do it. We used to do that just to get it away from the heat. But you know, most people want them there, and I do too. But if I have problems with them heating up or something, I'll move them out of there and move them under the tank somewhere where they can get, you know, better airflow. But anyhow, I think we've made good progress on this, and it's just, the video has just gotten so long. I think I'm going to have to finish it up in another one, but at least we know it runs. So hey, thanks for going along on the ride. See you next video.